Hello beautiful and welcome back to my channel. I am so excited to be filming this look for you all because it was all created with Anastasia Beverly Hills products. You all know that she is my absolute favorite brand, so I could not wait to film this look for you all. The eyes are all from the Modern Renaissance palette, and of course that highlight gotta be on fleek all day every day, and it's with my Moonchild palette. So I could not wait to film this for you all. I got all of these products for my birthday that just happened. So yeah, if you guys want to see how I get this Anastasia look, then sit back, relax. Always remember to subscribe, give me a thumbs up, comment down below, and just keep watching. All right, let's go in with the star of the show, the Modern Renaissance palette by Anastasia Beverly Hills. Here we go, the big moment. Yes, can we just say, look at these beautiful, yummy colors. I am obsessed. So first we are going to be starting off with burnt orange, and I am just picking up this color here on my Sigma E40 brush. And this is just one of my favorite tapered blending brushes. It's just very fluffy, and we are just going to be using this as our transition shade. So we are putting this this shade onto the crease and a little bit above as well. What I wanted to do was create a nice halo smoky eye with this palette. So we are really going to be putting all of these shades onto that inner corner. Now we are going to be going in with raw sienna. We're using that same fluffy brush, and this one has a little bit more of a mustard tint to it, so it actually brings a little bit more depth to that burnt orange color. So I just feel like the two of these together just help to darken and deepen that transition shade a little bit more. We are picking up Real Gar, and I'm using my MAC 217 brush, one of my favorite brushes because it's a great blending brush, but it's also pretty dense as well, so you can get really good pigment. And I am just putting that a little bit lower than those first two transition shades, and I'm putting this more so onto the crease, but I'm also bringing it in to that inner corner. As you can see, I'm bringing that really far in there to create that circle, that halo smoky eye, and I go in with windshield wiper motions, and then I will make those circular motions. Now we're just using that E40 brush, and we are just making sure that we're getting rid of those harsh lines. We are now picking up the Antique Bronze shade. I went ahead and I did dampen my brush with just a little bit of water before. It's that shade right there. It's called Antique Bronze, and I'm just putting that onto the lid. I think this shade is just a very neutral shade. I love this shade. This would go great with any skin tone. Now we're going in with Love Letter. And the brush that I'm using here is one of my all-time favorite brushes, and it's so sad that I don't even know. It's one of the brushes my sister got me, so I have no idea what brand it is, but it picks up great pigment, and we are just putting that onto the outer corner there. Now we are actually going in with the Anastasia brush that came with the palette, and we are using this the side that is just a little bit more dense and not as fluffy, and we're putting that onto the inner corner of the eye. Now we are just picking up that other shade there, and we are just adding that to the Love Letter shade just to deepen it up a bit. And we are bringing it onto the crease as well and just marrying those two shades together. We are now going in with Cypress Umbra. We're just using everything today. You know how it is when you get a new palette, but we are using the MAC 217 brush for this, and I am just deepening and darkening that crease. So I'm keeping this shade very low. I'm not bringing it in super close to that inner corner. I'm just bringing it in just close enough. I really want more of those orangey shades to be more so on the inner corner of the eye. This is just to add a little bit more depth and just to give it that smoky appearance and give it that smoky eye look. Once we have that blended, I'm going in with Primavera, and it's a nice beautiful gold shade. I just put that on the middle there. And now we're going in with Red Ochre. I love this shade. It's just giving a little bit more warmth to the eye, and I'm just putting that on the inner corner and the outer corner, giving us more of that halo look. And just added a little pop of that gold in the middle there. I just think it looks really beautiful with green eyes, and especially it would look very beautiful with brown eyes as well. Now we're going in here with my primer. This is the L'Oreal Magic Lumi Light Infusing Primer. I just went ahead and put that all over my face, and I'm using a damp beauty blender to blend all of that out. And then of course I'm just straightening up that line there that's on the outer corner of the eye where the shadow may have gotten a little bit messy. We're actually going in today with the Infallible Pro Glow 24-Hour Foundation by L'Oreal Paris, and I'm in the shade 205 Natural Beige. I put that all over the face, and I'm once again using that damp beauty blender to blend all of that out for you all. I will take some of that excess there that is on my hand, and I will go ahead and put some of that onto the neck. You know how what Jeffree Star says, we got to make sure that that neck is nice and blended, so that's exactly what I'm doing here. Once we get all of that blended out, I'm going in with my concealer as usual, and I am using my Maybelline Age Rewind Eraser Dark Circles, and I'm in the shade Light Pale. I just love this, and I'm going in with that damp beauty blender and blending it all out. After all those creams are blended, we have to set all of those creams and foundations that are on our face. And so what I like to do first is use my Bye Bye Pores Translucent Powder. And I like to go ahead and set underneath the eyes, or else I'll get very creasy. So that's what you see me doing here, and I'm just using a fluffy brush for that. Now we're going in with the shade Light palette, and I'm picking up that pale yellow shade. And I am actually just highlighting those cheekbones. I'm putting the highlight everywhere that we put that concealer. So this is just going to set that concealer and give it a little bit more of that coverage and that opaque look. Now we are going in with the Infallible Pro Matte powder, and I'm in the shade 200 in Natural Beige, and I am just putting that everywhere where I did not highlight. So this is just setting that foundation that we put on earlier. After we are nice and set, I'm going to go in with my contour, and I'm using that very light shade in my Kat Von D Shade Light palette, and I'm just using a brush that is very edged out and nice and thin, and I'm just really adding emphasis on that very back part of my cheekbone, way towards the middle of my ear, towards the tragus. And now we are going to be mixing the very dark and the very light shade, and this is what I kind of like to do to bring a little bit of warmth to the middle of my cheek there. It's not really, this part is a little bit more bronzing, I feel like. It's not as much contouring. I like to really contour the very back of the cheekbone and then just kind of bronze it out on the cheeks. And then I like to go ahead and use those two shades as well to go ahead and put that onto the temple of my face and onto the forehead as well. You all know I love to contour that forehead, so that's what I'm doing here, and just bringing a little bit more warmth and a little bit more dimension to the face. We're picking up the light shade, and we're just putting a little bit of that underneath onto that jawbone and just really edging that out. We're also going to pick up that light shade, and we are going to contour the nose. And I feel like I haven't shown you guys this in a while, but I like to use that light shade there, and I'm using my E70 Sigma brush. That's one of my all-time favorite nose contour brushes. And then I like to go in with that dark shade in the Shade Light palette and put that onto the bottom of the nose. This helps you to have more of that lifted nose appearance. And then I like to go in with the light shade and make a line right there to connect that nose. And it just helps it to give more of like a cute ball type nose. And now I'm going in with a blush that is a little bit more of like a mauve shade. I love this blush, and another second star of the show is my Moonchild palette by Anastasia Beverly Hills. Can we just say those shades are beautiful, and I'm having a hard time deciding, but I went ahead and chose Star. I think Star is just a beautiful icy shade, and that's why I love it. I mean, come on, like before, after, I mean, I'll choose the highlight any day. I'm obviously happy about it, and so I'm having a little moment here with my highlight. I like to go ahead and put that over top of the temple. Since this highlight is super light, what I also like to do is go in with a blush. You'll see me do that in a moment. I like to use my finger with the highlight to put it onto my nose because I feel like it gives me a little bit more coverage, and then I'll just blend it out there with my brush. I only put a small amount onto the forehead because I get very oily throughout the day, and then of course I gotta highlight that Cupid's bow. Come on. get with it. Let's go. Now I'm adding a little bit of blush there to add a little bit more color to the face, and brows are complete. I went ahead and did those off camera for you all. Oh my gosh, like it just makes such a big difference. Now we're going in with Tempera, and I'm just using a flat top brush here, and I'm actually using the Sigma E60 for that, and I just wanted a very matte shade, and that's why I went ahead and went with this one as opposed to some of the shimmery highlights colors. I just wanted to keep it very matte. And for our eyeliner, we are using the Maybelline New York Eye Studio Gel Liner in the shade Blackest Black. Yes, you guys know how I do. It's always the same. Liner's not changing. And I'm going in, my liner brush that I like to use is my Sigma E05. Yeah, so I did just a thin line on the top just for emphasis. And then I went ahead and did my waterline with this as well. I do find that it does stay all day, so I've just been using what I have here and just using this a little bit more than my Marc Jacobs liner. So now we're going back in with Cypress Umber, and I'm using my MAC brush for this, and it's just really great for doing that lower lash line. It's the MAC 266 SE brush. And so it's a nice angled brush, and it's flimsy, so it doesn't hurt that lower lash line. And so what I'm doing, I'm putting that dark color onto the outer and bringing it all the way into that inner corner, all the way and very, very close to where that liner is. You don't want there to be any space. And we are picking up one of my favorite pencil fluffy brushes, and we are using that burnt orange shade there. And we are just adding that all over and really smoking that out. And what this is going to do is just help us with that blending process. We are going back in with red ochre, and we are putting that all over to that lower lash line to bring a little bit more warmth to the eye and just really smoking it out. I think this is what gives us so much drama. And then we're picking up that MAC 217, and I believe that I mixed red ochre with Cypress Umber just to kind of bring and marry those two, the top and the lower, together, and just really give it that circle, messy, halo, smoky eye. We're going in with the Revlon Ultimate All-in-One Blackest Black Mascara, and I decided not to use falsies today. I just kind of wanted to rock my own lashes, and so I'm just going to put about 20 to 50 coats of mascara. No big deal. We all make crazy faces when we're putting mascara on. It's a girl thing. Like, I don't know. I'm never going to let my boyfriend see me do mascara. Yeah. So after we get done with the top, we're going to go ahead and coat that lower lash with the mascara as well, because I have to have the drama. If we have it on the top, we got to have it on the bottom, and that's what I wanted to do. I just think that it gives that smoky eye and ties it all together. I went ahead and put down those bangs now that all my mascara is done. That's one of my biggest pet peeves. I hate when my bangs get in my mascara and it makes my bangs black. It's so annoying. So, oh my gosh, I am obsessed with this new lipstick. So this lipstick is actually from Sephora. It's the shade R19 Charmer, and I love it. I'm just overlining that vermilion border and giving a little bit more color to the face. So I hope that you guys really enjoyed this tutorial. I had a lot of new products to show you guys, and I had so much fun making it. Always remember to comment down below, subscribe, and give me a thumbs up. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!